head of an investigative commission will present a report on war crimes committed by both Israel and Hamas to the UN today. The report accuses Israel of acts including starvation, arbitrary detention, and the killing of children, while Hamas is accused of killings, torture, and kidnappings during October's assault on southern Israel. The New York Times reports that U.S. military-built temporary humanitarian aid pier off the coast of Gaza will end operations earlier than expected due to repairs and security concerns. Operational for only 10 days since May, the pier aimed to facilitate aid entry amid Israel's blockade, but failed to meet its goals. U.S. officials hope warnings about the pier's closure will pressure Israel to open more land routes. Hamd al-Kurdi, an ambulance driver in Gaza, describes this year as the worst in his 20 years of service. The Palestine Red Crescent Society reports that 33 staff members and volunteers have been killed in Gaza by Israeli forces since October 7th, including 19 targeted while performing humanitarian duties. U.S. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a war criminal following his criticism of the Biden administration for allegedly withholding weapons from Israel. Ocasio-Cortez urged the revocation of Netanyahu's invitation to address the U.S. Congress on July 24th, amid controversy over his alleged war crimes. In related news, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren announced she will boycott Netanyahu's speech to Congress, citing his responsibility for the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and his opposition to a two-state solution.
Do you plan to attend Prime Minister Netanyahu's address to Congress?
No.
Why not?
Prime Minister Netanyahu has created a humanitarian catastrophe. He has also made clear that he does not support U.S. policy for a two-state solution that will let the people of Israel and the Palestinians develop their own nation, self-determination, live with dignity. Look, we need a ceasefire. We need to get those hostages back. We need humanitarian relief. And we need to be giving both parties a big shove toward getting to the negotiating table and working out a peaceful solution.
Should the president make clear that he should not address Congress, Netanyahu?
Look, that's up to the president, but I'm not going.
Warren joins other lawmakers, including Senator Bernie Sanders, Representative Ro Khanna, and Representative Jim Clyburn in the boycott. The development comes with the Biden administration denying Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's claims that the U.S. is withholding weapons for Israel's war on Gaza.
When Secretary Blinken was recently here in Israel, we had a candid conversation. I said I deeply appreciated the support the U.S. has given Israel from the beginning of the war. But I also said something else. I said it's inconceivable that in the past few months, the administration has been withholding weapons and ammunition to Israel. Israel, America's closest ally, fighting for its life, fighting against Iran and our other common enemies. Secretary Blinken assured me that the administration is working day and night to remove these bottlenecks. I certainly hope that's the case. It should be the case. During World War II, Churchill told the United States, "Give us the tools, we'll do the job." And I say, give us the tools and we'll finish the job a lot faster.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre stated there are no pauses in arms shipments except for one being reviewed due to concerns over its use in Rafah city, where civilians are sheltering.
Secondly, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said he told Secretary of State Blinken, quote, "It's inconceivable that in the past few months, the administration has been withholding weapons and ammunition for Israel," end quote. There was a shipment of bombs paused in early May at the start of the Rafah offensive, but has the administration been withholding weapons and ammunition for months, like Netanyahu seems to be saying?
Let me just start off by saying that we generally do not know what he's talking about. We just don't. A couple of things that I do want to add, and you're right, there was one particular shipment of munitions that was paused, and you've heard us talk about that many times. We continue to have these constructive discussions with Israelis for the release of that particular shipment that I just mentioned, and don't have any updates on that. There are no other pauses, no other pauses or holds in place. And so as Secretary Blinken said today, he took some questions from some of your colleagues and spoke to the press. Obviously, everything else is moving in due process. That is coming from Secretary Blinken. You heard directly from him earlier today. Cancel.
Thanks, Green. So just to confirm, only the shipment of those 2,000-pound bombs have been withheld.
Yes.
Got it.
That's to confirm it, yes.
Meanwhile, Hezbollah in Lebanon has released drone footage of sensitive military sites in northern Israel, including Haifa, highlighting a major security lapse for the Israeli military. In similar vein, Israel said its Air Force jets attacked sites in southern Lebanon linked to Hezbollah.